is more than 60,000 miles long. There are parts of Africa in all four hemispheres. The cornea is one of only two parts of the human body without blood vessels. The world's first animated feature film was made in Argentina. German chocolate cake was invented in Texas. It's named after Sam German, who in 1852 created the formula for a mild, dark baking chocolate bar for Baker's Chocolate Company. Marla Gibbs continued to work as a flight attendant for 2 years after being cast on a hit TV show. She played the housekeeper Florence on The Jeffersons. The Philippines consists of 7,641 islands. A one-way trip on the Trans-Siberian Railway involves crossing 3,901 bridges. It is the longest railroad in the world and takes 7 days, during which time passengers pass through 8 different time zones. The Golden Girls was supposed to have a there's enough gold inside Earth to coat the planet. Cleveland was once the United States' fifth largest city. Data from the 1920 U.S. Census indicates that Cleveland, Ohio, was one of the most heavily populated cities, behind only Detroit, Philadelphia, Chicago, and New York City. Human beings can use only a small fraction of Earth's water. That's because only about 2.5% of Earth's water is fresh, and only 1% of that is accessible. The rest makes up glaciers and snow fields. Wally Amos is responsible for making more than just famous cookies. You may be familiar with Wally Famous Amos, thanks to his packaged chocolate chip cookies. But before he worked his magic on the sweet treats, he was in the business of making people famous. He discovered and signed folk duo Simon and Garfunkel, and was a talent rep for acts like Diana Ross, Sam Cooke, and Marvin Gaye. The brand name Spam is a combination of spice and ham. It takes a drop of water, 90 days to travel the entire Mississippi River. People facial disfigurements. The first person processed at Ellis Island was a 15-year-old girl from Ireland, and the busiest day at Ellis Island was April 17th, 1907. Japan has one vending machine for every 40 people, while most sell various types of beverages. Others feature ice cream, noodles, and disposable cameras. Lemons float, but limes sink. Professional athletes used to perform in vaudeville during the off season. The first time the word period was used on TV in reference to menstruation was 1985 in a Tampax commercial. McDonald's once made bubblegum flavored broccoli. Some fungi create zombies, then control their minds. The tropical fungus Ophiocordyceps infects ants' central nervous systems. Once it has been in an insect's body for 9 days, it has complete control over the host's movements. It forces the ant to climb trees, then convulse and fall into the cool, moist soil below, where fungi thrive. Once there, the fungus waits until exactly solar noon to force the ant to bite a leaf and wait for death. The first there's only one letter that doesn't appear in any U.S. state name. Can you guess the answer? It's Q. A cow bison hybrid is called a beefalo. Johnny Appleseed's fruits weren't for eating. He didn't expect his fruits to be eaten whole, but rather made into hard apple cider. Scotland has 421 words for snow. Samsung tests phone durability with a butt-shaped robot. The Windy City nickname has nothing to do with Chicago's weather. It was coined by 19th century journalists who were referring to the fact that its residents were windbags and full of hot air. Peanuts aren't technically nuts. They're legumes. According to Merriam-Webster, a nut is only a nut if it's a hard-shelled dry fruit or seed with a separable rind or shell and interior kernel. That means walnuts, almonds, cashews, and pistachios aren't nuts either. They're seeds. Armadillo shells are bulletproof. Firefighters use wetting agents to make water wetter. The chemicals reduce the surface tension of plain water, so it's easier to spread and better soaks into objects word is 188,819 letters long. Running amok is a medically recognized mental condition. Considered a culturally bound syndrome, a person running amok in Malaysia starts with a period of brooding and then commits a sudden, frenzied mass attack. Some octopus species lay 56,000 eggs at a time. Cats have fewer toes on their back paws. Kleenex tissues were originally intended for gas masks. Blue whales eat 500,000 calories in one mouthful. That tiny pocket in jeans was designed to store pocket watches. Turkeys can blush when they're scared or excited. The pale skin on their head and neck turns bright red, blue, or white. The flap of skin over their beaks, called a snood, also reddens. Most Disney characters wear gloves to keep animation simple. The man with the world's deepest voice can make sounds humans can't hear. The man Tim Storms can't even hear the note, which is 8 octaves below the lowest G on a piano. But elephants can. The current American flag was designed most of it is covered in gravel, though it also contains mountains and oases. It also isn't the world's largest desert. Antarctica is. Bananas grow upside down. There were active volcanoes on the moon when dinosaurs were alive. Dogs sniff good smells with their left nostril. Avocados were named after reproductive organs. T.S. Eliot wore green makeup. The word fizzle started as a type of fart. In the 1400s, it meant to break wind quietly. Swedish for hers. Before acquiring the hunting and fishing equipment brand Moritz Whitfors. Eventually, Hans and Moritz was shortened to H&M. The U.S. government saved every public tweet from 2006 through 2017. Theodore Roosevelt had a pet hyena. The CIA headquarters has its own Starbucks, but baristas don't write names on the cups, and the workers need an escort to leave their work posts. Giraffe tongues can be 20 inches long. There's only one U.S. state capital without a McDonald's. Montpelier, Vermont doesn't have any of those golden arches. It also happens to have the smallest population of any state capital, with just 7,500 residents. Europeans were scared of eating tomatoes when they were introduced. They were convinced the fruits were poisonous because people would die after eating them. In reality, the acidity from the tomatoes brought out the lead in their pewter plates, and they actually died of lead poisoning. Humans aren't the only animals that dream. Studies have indicated rats dream about getting to food or running through mazes. Most mammals go through REM sleep, the cycle in which dreams occur. So scientists think there's a machinist was trying to find a way to dispose of scrap material by crushing it into tiny pieces. Plastic went in, glitter came out. Frankenstein's creature is a vegetarian. Medical errors are a top cause of death. Sloths have more neck bones than giraffes. Bees can fly higher than Mount Everest. Ancient Egyptians used dead mice to ease toothaches. Captain Crunch's full name is Horatio Magellan Crunch. Paint used to be stored in pigs' bladders. The bladder would be sealed with a string and then pricked to get the paint out. Humans have jumped farther than horses in the Olympics. Mike Powell set the record in 1991 by jumping 8.95 meters, and the horse Extra Dry set the record in 1900 by jumping 6.10 meters. The Terminator script was sold for $1. Pigeon poop is the property of the British Crown. Onions were found in the eyes of an Egyptian mummy. The rings and layers of onions were worshipped because people thought they represented eternal life. Abraham Lincoln was a bartender. Beethoven never Japan released sushi inspired Kit Kats. An espresso maker was sent into space in 2015. The word aquarium means watering place for cattle in Latin. An employee at Pixar accidentally deleted a sequence of Toy Story 2 during production. Steve Jobs, Steve Wozniak, and Ron Wayne started Apple on April Fool's Day. The inventor of the tricycle personally delivered to Queen Victoria. Your brain synapses shrink while you sleep. A waffle iron inspired one of the first pairs of Nikes. Boars wash their food. Baseball umpires used to sit in rocking chairs. The first commercial flight lasted only 23 minutes and flew between St. Petersburg, Florida, and Tampa, where only 21 miles of water separate the cities. The world's first novel, The Tale of Genji, ends mid-sentence. The French language Scrabble World Champion doesn't speak French. A woman called the police when her ice cream didn't have enough sprinkles. Uncle Ben's rice was airdropped to World War II troops. The British Empire was the largest empire in world history. Lion roar is trademarked. Neil Armstrong's hair was sold in 2004 for $3,000. Irish bars used to be closed on St. Patrick's Day. Nikola Tesla hated pearls. Thomas Edison is the reason you love cat videos. Brad Pitt suffered an ironic injury on a film set in Troy, based on Homer's Iliad. Pitt plays the brave Greek hero Achilles. While filming an epic battle scene, Pitt ironically hurt his Achilles tendon, an injury that set back the film's production by 2 months. Pregnancy tests date back to 1350 BCE. Egyptian women urinated on wheat and barley seeds to determine if they were pregnant or not. If wheat grew, it predicted a female baby. If barley grew, it predicted a male baby. The woman was not pregnant if nothing grew. Experimenting with this theory in 1963 proved it was accurate 70% of the time. Martin Luther King Jr. got a C in public speaking. Bees can make colored honey. Bananas glow blue under black lights. safety box. He received them from Thomas Harvey, the man who performed the autopsy on Einstein and illegally took the scientist's brain for himself. The Pope can't be an organ donor. According to the Vatican, the Pope's entire body must be buried intact because his body belongs to the Universal Catholic Church. A one-armed player scored